Hey there, CIS130. Welcome to an introduction to Access. I am the instructor for the course, Eric Wolf, and I thought what I would do here because, I know the course has been open for a couple of days, but I know also that if it was me taking the course, I wouldn't necessarily have broken from my regularly scheduled weekend programming to go ahead and dive in with all of the material that is there because it wasn't supposed to start yet. So I thought what I would do is put together a quick video here, kind of explaining a few things so that the time it takes you from zero to where it is that you feel like, yeah, I can start rolling with the course here is hopefully drastically reduced. So first and foremost, howdy everybody, welcome aboard. This is technically speaking, it's called a 4-week winterim, but you'll notice it's 3 weeks and 2 days. I don't get it. So in order to kind of deal with that weirdness, what you will see is in Cengage, which there are videos later on for how to get along with the course material in Cengage. I don't want to pollute this with that. But you will see in Cengage that there are 3 sessions worth of due dates. That's because I don't have anything assigned here like inside of session 1. So everything is going to be due on a Monday. So today is Monday. The course starts on a Monday. The first round of assignments is due on Monday a week from today. So that's 1, then a week from that Monday. And then because I want to give you every last possible moment, the last session's worth of work is due on that Wednesday when the course is technically completed on the 4th session. I don't understand calendars. I know that much is true, but I think however it was that Rock Valley looked at the calendar for how a 4-week session works, just don't jive with how I understand dates to work. So that's what to expect when it comes to the assignments and how everything is due. The following statement I'm about to make is plastered throughout places in through the videos. It's in the syllabus video, it's in the what to expect video, it's in the assignments video, but I feel like the more often I say this, the better off everybody will be, is I am 100% willing to work with you on due dates for things. I understand that we have taken a 16-week course and we have crammed it into 3 sessions. And that means that there's a lot of stuff that has to happen. And one little thing can, upset the timetable that you had for getting that stuff done. We add in here holidays, we add in here, campus being closed in case of, like technology emergencies, things of that nature. And what I want you to know is I will work with you on due dates for things. So if you know on a Saturday afternoon that there is no way that you are going to meet a deadline for Monday for things to be done because something has come up, I get it. Just let me know. And we will work with you on when it's appropriate to be able to hand those things in. I just want to start a communication with you, a dialogue about that stuff, because with as short a timetable as we have to get everything completed, what I don't want to do is create the illusion that if you push off everything to the final week, everything is going to be okay. That almost never happens. Like, never happens. I just don't like using an absolute for anything. So it almost never happens that way. I want you to keep on target so that you can keep up with the flow of the material, so that the material has an opportunity to sink in, so that you have an opportunity to actually learn and to grow from the material, as opposed to, I don't know what happened here. I passed the course. I remember nothing about it. I don't want to create that scenario because I don't feel as though that serves you anything aside from completing credits towards a certificate. I mean, I get that too. So please don't feel as though you can't reach out and just say, hey, look, I'm not going to meet Monday's deadline. Can we, aim for Wednesday? Can we aim for Friday? Whatever turns out to be more appropriate, I'm happy to work with you. on those things. As many of you have discovered by now, the textbook for the course is really an online textbook. We've got precious few access textbooks that are any good, and actually the Cengage one does a really good job of showing you in line what the material looks like alongside of an exercise. So there's not this really big, long disconnect between when, you see a definition for something or when you would see a work through, so an actual workflow for using the database, and when you actually have an opportunity to do that with one of the deliverables that's in there. The other piece that really helps me anyway, or helped sell to me this as the textbook, and which I think is a benefit for you guys, is the textbook it's called MindTap, but really it's Cengage Unlimited. And with Cengage Unlimited, if you've already purchased a year's worth of access for another course, this one is perfect. You don't get charged anymore for it. You can just keep on going. If this is your first course over the course of a year and you've paid for the Cengage Unlimited here, you get to use it throughout the remainder of 22. So what I hope that means is when you take other classes with us, so the Excel class, for instance, Cengage Unlimited, when you take other courses here on campus, all of that hopefully will provide an opportunity for you to keep those costs down, because I think the biggest disadvantage, and I participate in this, is requiring textbooks. I mean, I get it. People read, I read, you read. That's how we get a lot of the material there. I just hate having to charge you guys, hundreds of dollars for textbooks. I really do think it's gross, and I hate it. And Cengage Unlimited, at least, for that relatively low cost in comparison to a textbook, at least keeps those barriers to entry down. For anybody with financial aid, Cengage Unlimited, because we've made it a required textbook, counts as part of that financial aid package. So you can go to the bookstore with that, and get your access through there if you're looking to get financial aid to pay for it. It doesn't work the other way. If you just, sit here and enroll online when you're done with a video, like let's say this video, for example, that's on you, and there's no refunding that can happen there. So if you are using or planning on using financial aid, please go to the RVC bookstore and grab the access card from there, because that will at least, provide you with what you need to get that support through financial aid. The very last thing I want to say here before I turn you loose on the rest of everything that is happening in Eagle, in Cengage, etc. Two things. I lied. There are two things before I turn you loose, etc. to the course is, number one, there are deliverables that are due on the 20th. So make sure that you're not ignoring those. What I tried to do was spread everything out so that the big material is not due here inside of the first session. So there are, please, this is what I'm saying, is don't plots when you go to Cengage and you see the number of deliverables there. Those deliverables are not all equal in terms of their time of investment, how long it will take you to do them. Some of them are very, very short. They are, there's one quiz in there that's like 7 questions. That's not going to take you a very long time on task to complete. What I want for this first session is just to lay the groundwork stuff. So you'll see that even though you are completing chapters 1 through 4, essentially in the textbook, in this first session, it's called a Capstone Project. It's the big project that kind of incorporates all of what's happening in chapters 1 through 4. That won't be due until the end of the next session. So that way, I want everybody to get their feet under them comfortably here with the material in session 1, so that we can provide you with as ruminated a first week experience as is possible with a 3-week, 4-week course. The very last thing, and this I promise is the very last thing before I tear you loose onto the rest of the content, is I am here all winterum with you. I am here in my dungeon office. It is cold, but I am down here, and I will get back to you on questions as quickly as possibly can be. I would much rather work with you on a question, on a concern that you have when it's in its infancy, where we can take care of it in just a few minutes worth of an exchange in messages, a few minutes of an exchange via text message, via email, via Zoom. I really want you to get the best experience that's possible out of this. And I just think that sitting on an issue and letting it linger and letting it fester and letting it grow to a point where you're frustrated and it's kind of destroyed your time, and it's going to prevent a lot of forward momentum from happening quickly. I just think that that's not in your best interest. And I would rather have you reach out sooner rather than later, that we can squash an issue before it becomes a big problem. And I really do believe that that leads to your best experience in a class, not just like this, but in anything. So welcome to an introduction to Access CIS 130, and let's have a great class.